birthday party.
No, she's absolutely an American treasure. That's for sure. And you are too, fast becoming. As you look at the quarterback comparison for the first half, and I, again, emphasize that Howell hung in there. 170 pass yards. Again, he's been averaging over 320 over the past month. And great numbers for Dak. 221 and the 2 touchdowns and no picks.
Yeah, and to finish off that last drive was huge because you get the ball right back.
Tracy.
Jim, I had a chance to speak with Ron Rivera going into half, and certainly extremely frustrated with this defense. He said they need to put more pressure on the quarterback, and they are playing too far off those wide receivers. He said they need to challenge them and be more physical. Offensively, he said extremely pleased with the toughness he's seen from Sam Howell. He's getting the ball out quickly. They are moving down the field, but that's all for naught if they can't get stops.
I agree with that, Tracy. That's a great point. They got to be more physical at the line of scrimmage.
Here's the pass to Pollard, and he opens up with a 10-yard pass play. The ball is out, but they're going to rule him down. It's the second time the ball's come out of his hands, but it was recovered the first time by Lamb, and this time they're ruled down. Fuller on the hit.
Yeah, he's down. And I agree with Ron Rivera. See that space right there? I mean, there's nobody within 6-7 yards. You got to get down in there and contest.
And there they, for the second time, drag him down behind the line of scrimmage. Both times it was Deron Payne to get those tackles for a loss.
And that's the strength of this defense, is right up that middle.
How about this, Tony? The first half, they only ran 26 plays. 15 of them went for first downs.
Well, coming in, a lot of man coverage, and these are two of the better teams. You know, when they play man, which means I'm guarding you, and both these teams exploit that, especially Dallas. But to me, the biggest thing is if you're playing that, you've got to, you can't be this soft up top there. You've got to be tighter on.
One-on-one coverage down the way, and Lamb almost able to haul it in. Bounced around in his hands a couple times. St. Juice again has been the one who's been on him most of the game.
You got to give Mike McCarthy a ton of credit. A great route, and almost comes down with it. He was kind of held there for a little bit. It was close right there, grabbing. Could have called that maybe there because that does affect it. But give Mike McCarthy a ton of credit, Jim. Since the bye week, he's called these go routes, everything down the field, and that's opened everything up, and they're hitting a ton of them.
Yeah, they've seen it a number of times today. Here's a 3rd and 11. Dak again dumps it off. Pollard able to pick up about 8.
Well, that's a huge stop right there. You got to be prepared for the fake, obviously, because it's 4th and short. But Dak wanted to extend and look downfield, but the stunt move gets someone right inside in his face and gets it out. And he's playing such an efficient game, but it's explosive. This has been the offense recently. It's very impressive to watch with them getting the vertical stuff down the field.
It's going to be the first punt for the Cowboys, Tony, since the first drive of the game. Anger, 58 yards with his first boot. And this one, serious hang time. Back to the 7 where it's fair caught. Wonderful American holiday. Hope you all are having a great afternoon back at home with those you love. Here we go. Commanders hanging in there, 20-10 the deficit. Starting at their own 8, and a big open field. And finally, Wilson is there to meet Robinson, but not until he picked up a first down. Total of 11.
Well, this is where Dallas has shored up from the previous few seasons. They have that size inside with Hankins, Odigizua, and right there. I really felt like the teams who would beat him in the playoffs, Jim, was because inside they could push that middle and just get 4 or 5 on first down. That hasn't happened a ton this year, but right there, Washington does a good job.
So got out of a little jam back at their own 8, and they got another nice lane. It's closed quickly to about the 22. And that's now Robinson with 12 totes in this game for a total of 54 yards. Robinson's a nice looking runner for him too. Physical, got some speed.
Yes, he is. He's physical. I mean, really, the 1-2 punch. You know, him and Gibson, like, Gibson was out last week, but I feel like that's what every team needs in the NFL. It's not just one guy anymore, and they have that.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And they've got him. No, look at that get away.
Oh, my God.
First down. Ow.
Oh, my gosh. How did he get away in that one?
Well, I told you who his favorite player was growing up. You did that a few times.
I mean,
Parsons had a shot of him here, Tony.
watch him come right in the. Parsons comes flying in. And it looked like there was nowhere to go, but Howell's done that multiple times today, and it's such a game changer. The league has gone to that a little bit, Jim. If you're going to be the Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, you better know the game so cold to get to the right play and know the defenses. Otherwise, you have to use your legs. And if you don't, you're going to be a statue back there and get hurt.
That was a 12-yard scramble. And now in play action, wings it. Got him. Dotson. Forward progress will be about 8.
I tell you what, Sam Howell is giving his team a chance, playing great football. That you saw the ball kind of come in and he didn't have control of it right away. That's hard to do with a little play fake, quick out. Throws it perfectly. Give Eric Bieniemy a ton of credit. He's calling a great game. I know they got 10 points, but this is a tall task right here, and very impressive right now how they've performed up to this point.
Again, a drive that began at the 8. At the 41, moving forward with another first down to the Dallas 48. As Samuel takes that behind some blockers for 11 more.
Yeah, keeping them off balance. It's like run the ball. It's why everything starts with that like first run where they get that 10 yards. Because now all of a sudden you got to get people inside to stop the run, and then you can screen them. You can throw the RPO quick out, and you see that burst in Samuel. He's impressive, but like more impressive even in person, honestly.
He's got 6 catches for 76 yards. And the Commanders have 3 plays on this drive alone of 10+ and a new set of downs. Give him 9 right here. Back to Dotson. Has his 5th reception. Tell you, pretty good little start to the second half. You got Dallas receiving the second half kick. You shut them down after they pick up 1 first down, and then you're backed up to your own 8, and now you're threatening. You flip the field, and now you're trying to do something with it.
They've protected the football. Have you seen anyone that was like, oh, you shouldn't do that, right? That shows you the level that Sam's playing at today.
2nd and 2. Little jump cut. And as Robinson tries to lean across for that first down. And they're going to say that he's short. 3rd down. 3rd on the way. This is, of course, the play that the Eagles are all but automatic. But elsewhere around the league, not so. You got a big physical quarterback, Tony. And how
you're calling for the tush push, aren't you?
You named it, by the way. Let people go back and look, which is a heck of a call. Why not, right? I'd put it in.
Yeah, but you're not going to run it from shotgun.
No, not now.
Oh, that's a killer. You cannot waste a timeout on 3rd and 1, Jim.
No.
It's like it's a yard. You don't need some cool play to get it. It's like you said, if you do 2 tushies in a row, you might be able to get it.
We're going to see Philadelphia, by the way, on Sunday. Our crew's heading there for the Eagles and the Bills. Tomorrow, a huge holiday weekend of college football begins at noon Eastern with games in the Big Ten and SEC. Saturday, the SEC on CBS. Back with number 8 Alabama taking on Auburn, the famed Iron Bowl. The drive to Atlanta and college football today. Get you started for that one. All coming up here on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. So Howell confers with Coach Bieniemy. You're right. You got to figure you got 2 plays from right here. Got a big, strong quarterback playing, well, just his 13th start. That's it.
Yeah, you forget that. It seems like he's been around a little longer.
That's so true.
Exactly right. Hasn't even played a full football season yet.
They'll stay in the gun here, Tone. What are they going to do? Let's see.
Just hand the ball off. Quarterback hand it to him. You pretend like you're faking it, or let's throw it really deep.
And go one-on-one for the home run ball. And they don't get it. Oh, it's broken up by Gilmore brilliantly because it looked like McLaurin had a chance to haul it in.
That was almost a brilliant play call. But it's not now. But I mean, watch that. It's a double move, and Gilmore doesn't get fooled. Outstanding job. He's a veteran. Usually you'd think that they would stop on a hitch, but great technique at the end, poised through the finish.
Cool. And here comes your big fourth down play. Gilmore, the former defensive player of the year when he was a member of the Patriots.
Take a look at this. If they're all inside, you got to get a little wider.
Robinson, they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. Howell tries to help out.
Thanks for that Thanksgiving playing, G.
Cowboys take it over on downs. They give it to Pollard, and he double clutches that football, as there was a chance that Tuhill was going to rip it out if he didn't. Picks up a 4-yard gain. How about these Cowboys at home? Why has it just been so overwhelmingly dominant for them this year, Tony?
Well, when they play at home, the better you get in the system, which they have with Mike McCarthy, you're able to get to the right play over and over again. Obviously, they have talent. The O-line is the difference, though. We're going to show you stuff, just how dominant they've been against this team today, but in general, they do that.
There's a pass. Pollard, that was snuffed out right away by Cody Barton, who they got back off of IR. Makes a fine play right there. Fifth-year player out of Utah.
Oh, you see, it's a play. This is where I talk about when you play at home, Jim, as a quarterback who's a veteran, you can get to the right play constantly. You see man or zone. If he's blitzing or not, you change the protection. You go ahead and say, no, forget about that play, do this play. And then you communicate to everyone. On the road, you can't communicate that.
It's a loss of 5. And you got a 3rd and 11. Down the middle. Oh, almost caught. Recovered by Ferguson, but it was not. They're not going to give that as a catch, are they? No, can't they? Officials come over and look at it for a while.
This was a very aggressive throw, and it almost works out.
That can't feel so good the way you land here. Reminds me of Chase a few weeks ago landing on his backside against Buffalo.
I mean, that was a dime by Dak right there. I mean, aggressive, but it was a spot that had a chance.
Anger. 2 drives this half for the Cowboys. Both of them stopped rather quickly. And a run back chance here by Crowder. Crowder dodges 2 tackles, but not the 3rd. Into the Cowboys Ring of Honor.
That's awesome. Well deserved. Happy for you, Jimmy.
So happy for him.
What a legendary coach. Knew the game. And
Hall of Famer. And now Ring of Honor. Here's Howell. With Samuel turning around, cutting upfield. Boy, he's quick. He's got 9 out of that.
It's a big one here. I know that's very tough to get into Ring of Honor here in Dallas. And Jerry, they make that their own version of the Hall of Fame. And I think proud of Jerry for
everybody.
That. I know people have had that contentious conversation for a while.
Yeah, it was long overdue.
They won so many big games together.
Glad to see that finally come to pass December 30th. Here's Gibson. There's heat on him right after the exchange. They just cannot convert on short yardage. They're going to face another 3rd and 1. You know anyone else who maybe down the road could go in the Ring of Honor?
Marcus Ware, no.
Dez.
Jason Witten. Dez, yeah.
Witten.
Yep.
I would think all of them would be the next in line.
CD Lamb, if he keeps playing like this, is going to be in there.
Maybe Cavante Turpin one day, take number 9 into the.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You got me. I didn't see that.
3rd and 1.
God, there's shotgun. Use the quarterback's legs. Draw it. Do something with him. There you go.
Got it this time. Samuel.
I mean, no threat of a run, right? Unless the quarterback is going to draw there. A lot of shotgun in the short yardage, but that was actually well designed because you're moving the pocket, and you got to give yourself 2 chances when it's really important. That's the way I call it. It's like a bootleg where the quarterback can run or throw. Get him on the move there where he's going to be able to find somebody quickly and he has time. Here's the secret. Everyone's lined up inside on 3rd and short. Go outside.
On first down. Out of the backfield to go with Gibson. I'll tell you what's an amazing bit of irony is Tom Landry's last win as a Cowboys head coach and Jimmy Johnson's first win as a Cowboys head coach were both against Washington.
Wow. I did not know that.
Great Tom Landry.
A couple of legends there. I mean, that's a legend of legends right there. Tom Landry. Talk about the house that people built. The old Texas Stadium.
2nd and 8 and flags first. 29 years.
When I think of Landry, I think of
offense number 82. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
I think of Staubach.
Of course.
Tom Landry. When you think of that type of coach, I think of Shula. Belichick's coming up on Shula's record. Roger Staubach, quarterback. Troy Aikman. It's so funny. I watched the playoff games from the 90s. Aikman was amazing. I went and watched all the ones with Roger Staubach and what he did. He was so many people's heroes. I think he was one guy I know. Mr. Jim Nance.
He was.
That was your...
Sam Howell's might have been Tony Romo's, but mine was Roger the Dodger. And Robinson for no gain. 3rd and 13. It's amazing when you get to later in life, you get to meet your heroes and actually have a friendship with them.
Oh,
it's treasured.
And it lived up to it when you met him. I promise you that.
Every bit of it.
He is every bit that guy. Odigizua.
He's having some game
He's an unsung, nationally, but he is outstanding, and he's been playing at that level all year, Jim. This is such a deep team on defense, and this is where they create the turnovers a lot. Someone gets near the quarterback, affects him. He really feels like he's down 10. He's got to fit that ball in there, and he's going to throw under pressure, and then one of these DBs gets his hands on the ball and goes the other way.
3rd and 13. Here's Howell. Broken up. Boy, that was Lewis, Jordan Lewis, who got a hand on it. That pass was zipped right in there. But Lewis makes the play that would have been good for a first down.
I thought he was a little behind him. It was the first time I've seen him really just miss on the throw.
Yeah, you're right.
And that allowed Lewis to get his hand on it. And he knows right there, that's the one you're going to want back tomorrow if you lose this game.
Here's Way with the punt. Turpin backpedaling. Running out of real estate. Out of bounds at the 16. Ooh, that was a little late.
That was.
That was Hudson who was on him. Out of bounds after a 57-yard boot. Dak coming back on the field, putting up some big numbers.
Right there.
Fake it to Pollard. 2nd and 11. And he had an open man, and Ferguson was roaming free. What happened there, Tony?
He just rushed it. It's like there's a timing that you think is supposed to happen. And Ferguson could have gone a little bit higher with his route. And I think Dak wanted to say, hey, make it a little bit of a higher angle. But the truth is that should have been an easy throw catch. Dak just drifted a little. You know, he drifted left. Should have sat in the pocket and just trusted the old man.
This is the 3rd time in this quarter Cowboys have had 3rd and 11. Dak plants, fires, hits him at the 40. That's Cooks. Tries to get up and run and get a couple more yards.
Well, this is outstanding job by Dak to reset the pocket, I call. But great motion coming down, and then Cooks will go in and then go whoop, right back out. Such a weapon with his speed and ability to change direction. But watch Dak. Look at the time. Even though he's getting out of the pocket, it's still a pocket that no one's able to get pushed, I call it. That interior. I mean, you've got 3 guys possibly in the Hall of Fame one day. You got Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, who will be, I think. And I think Tyler Smith is on that path.
Wow.
Here we go.
First down again. They go run. Howard trying to break outside. He's done it. Still on his feet. And he got up to within about a yard of the first. Nice piece of running that time by Tony.
And last week, he did the same thing where, people were wanting to see him because he had such a, remember the last few years they wanted him to get the ball more, right?
That's right, with Zeke, yeah.
And it's the same thing with any backup running back. You come in and run the ball on downs where it's not 1st and 10 where they're trying to stop the run. So it's always going to be easier for the backup, but he's really starting to pick it up from where they started early in the year.
They bring in Dowdle for this 2nd and 1. Fake it into the line with him. And trying to climb up for it is Lamb. No flag. He's got 2 catches today, Tony. It's been a quiet Thursday for him. 2 for 24.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that, though, is just because you're able to throw to anybody.
Yep.
So it's whoever's open first. But you got to give credit to Washington here. It's a really good job by 20 Martin to play physical the way Ron Rivera wanted coming out at halftime. Don't just give him the space. That ball's behind him. That hurt.
There's on 3rd and 1, a flag out as Dak converted.
I don't think they were set. Everyone has to have their hand in the ground on offense. And if not, if someone's moving to put their hand down.
Illegal motion. Offense number 84. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
That's McEwen.
Take a look at this right side. You got to give them a real count before you snap that ball, because it's almost like you're motioning them, and you can't do that in the NFL.
So now you drop back to a 3rd and 6. Lamb over here moving around now.
Yeah, here we go.
He's looking for him, looking for Lamb. He's got it for the 1st down. All the way to the Commanders' 40.
We saw the sprint out by Howell on the other side. Good job. Move the pocket. The motion is so huge. Mike McCarthy doing an excellent job. We know he's only got 3 catches today, but they're moving him a lot and getting him in different areas, and they're going to try and get this off before the quarter.
So a couple of nice conversions by the Cowboys on this drive on 3rd down. And we've come to the end of the